What is going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. My name is Anthony Pinto da Costa and you are watching the Canadian Physio Student. Alright people, so today's video is going to be a quick hitter, but I think it's going to be an important one. As you can tell by the title below, what I'm going to be discussing today are the 5 things that I think you should keep in mind throughout physiotherapy school. Due to the stress and the rigors of physiotherapy school, sometimes we lose sight of some of these things, so I just want to bring them all to your attention. So let's not waste any time and get right into them. The first thing I want you to keep in mind is you just have to pass. As the saying goes, 7-0, good to go. Just get your 70, pass, and then move on. Just remember that you already got that ridiculously high GPA in undergrad in order to get into physiotherapy school. I would argue that throughout physio school, you should just try and form a deeper understanding for the material that you're being presented with, because this is what's going to pay dividends when you're actually in clinical practice after school. And I know this one is a tough one to get out of your system because you're just used to trying to get 85 plus in every single course, but I promise you, it's not really going to matter too much in physiotherapy school. The second thing I want you to keep in mind is don't compete with your classmates. Again, this is not undergrad, this is professional school. You should not be looking at your classmates like they're your competitors. You should be looking at them like they're your colleagues. At the end of the day, you all basically have the same end goal: to become a physiotherapist and make a positive impact in the healthcare field. With all that said, I think you should all try and help each other as opposed to competing with each other, because everybody comes from diverse backgrounds and can learn something from one another. In my opinion, I think this will help push our profession forward. The third thing I want you guys to keep in mind throughout physiotherapy school is it is hard to get admitted into PT school. And if you don't believe me, let me read some of the latest admission stats from the physiotherapy schools in Ontario. Starting with Queen's University, the number of applicants in 2018 was 961, and the number of positions offered in the program in 2019 was only 67. For Western University, the number of applicants was 779, and the number of positions offered was only 7. For McMaster University, the number of applicants was 1,287, and the number of positions offered was only 67. Moving on to the University of Toronto, the number of applicants was 944, and the number of positions offered was 100. And lastly, at the University of Ottawa, there was 196 applicants and only 40 spots offered. So the reason I present all of those stats to you is because I just want to remind you to appreciate and be proud of where you are, because clearly there are a lot of other people who would want to be in your position. Next, number 4, which is just normalize uncertainty. You're not going to have the answers all the time. Even years into practice, after taking many courses and gaining a lot of experience, there's always going to be that element of uncertainty there. Seasoned clinicians with many years in the field tell me this all the time. So just do your best to try and be comfortable with this uncertainty, because it doesn't really go away. And again, as I mentioned earlier, use your classmates as a resource and help each other out to try and navigate some of this uncertainty. And now finally, the last thing I want you guys to keep in mind throughout PT school is to just take care of yourself. So like I said earlier in the video, you just have to pass. So it doesn't mean you have to be grinding and studying all the time. Yes, there are times where you have to do that, but it doesn't have to be all the time. So just take some time for yourself. Go out with your classmates, spend time with them in a non-PT setting, and just take the edge off. Just remember that work-life balance is absolutely key in physiotherapy school and beyond when you start your career. Taking a little bit of time off away from the books is not going to alter your pursuit of becoming a physiotherapist. So remember, think about yourself too. All right, people, so those are the 5 things that I think you should keep in mind throughout physiotherapy school. So if you like this video, make sure to like, share, and of course, smash that subscribe button. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you don't want to do that, you can reach out to me on Instagram at CDNPhysioStudent, and we can go from there. All right, people, so I'll see you at the next video.
Another day, another dollar to be made. I'm a workaholic, ballin' hard until the grave. Used to wanna be a baller for the NBA, till the fellas around me started dunking in the 7th grade.